Yeah.
And it's easy for you to think that I don't fuck with Amara because of her skin color or her afro or some dumb shit like that.
Right.
That's
Some
far
petty
from
shit.
the reason that we have any issue. It's because of, which I don't know how that even translated, that was what the beef was. That's not what the beef
I feel
was.
like I honestly feel like well, I don't know, because you're saying a lot of things behind the scene, but from a viewer's perspective, like, I know other viewers can have another perspective, but I feel like it was some bubblegum shit. Like, it was like, is there like a real beef like with that? Like,
I don't think it's real beef, but I mean, nothing is real beef for real unless somebody does something like to your family,
right.
You know, but as far as us being people who are compatible, I don't think we are compatible.
I see. So your relationship status as of now, how is it?
We stand in two different places, you know.
Your own lane.
Yeah.
Real quick, going back, you said you started music like around when you were 15.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were in high school, growing up in Hialeah, like, and you started to maybe like make some noise with the whole music thing, did you get any beef? Like, did you have anybody in high school who really wasn't fucking with what you were doing? And
no, actually, it's funny because I went to Goldman when I was in 9th grade, and then I went to school in Pines after that. So it's like my mom lives in Pines, my grandma's in Hialeah, and we kind of like went back and forth. And I got in a fight in school, but it was nothing that had to do with music or anything else. It's just like girls being girls. But as far as music, I always kept what I was doing musically to myself because I'm a big like jinxing weirdo, and I never wanted people to
put negative energy
onto what I was doing.
You don't want nobody to shoot down your dreams.
Exactly. And then soon after that, like I was doing my music stuff, and then I got signed to Atlantic when I was 15 years old, and I left school. So I didn't go to school after I was 15 anymore. I did homeschool.
Okay.
And I moved to Jersey, and because that's where my label was in New York. And I lived there for some time. So I didn't really engage with, you know, I it's funny because I still talk to the people who I was cool with in middle school and stuff like that. I still communicate with them. But other than that, as far as like living a regular like adolescent life, I didn't really do that. I just started doing music and hanging out with grown people that do grown stuff, you know.
Right. And they didn't get to that like in the show, because I didn't even know like you were like homeschooled and stuff like that.
Well, you don't want to on the show. They don't want to say nothing that's not interesting. Like you want to know if I want to beat a bitch's ass.
Right.
There's
I
not
think
enough time.
that's cool. Like I think that's dope. Like that you were signed at 15 and you cleared the city.
Left school.
You left school. Like that's a cool story for like a young kid. Like which kid wouldn't want to like follow their dreams and like, well, fuck school, I'm gonna follow my dreams. I think it's dope.
Yeah, it's dope, but I think it's also like I feel like I took that situation for granted because I started like really taking singing serious when I was 13, and I got a major deal when I was 15. So it was kind of like things came to me really fast, and then I moved, and then I had everybody at the label that fucked with me. Oh, we could curse, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know if I've already cursed a lot yet. I can't track my cursing
this whole time. No, I'm kidding. And you feel free. This is our production. So trust me, feel free.
Yeah, I curse a lot. No. That's the realest thing you'll see on Love and Hip Hop about me.
Be you.
Cursing.
Be you. Just be you.
I lost my train of thought.
Oh, like you're saying like
Must have been a lie. No, that's what my grandma said.
Yeah, but you were talking about how you were like navigating at a young age, signing that deal, and maybe I don't know if you were saying it came to you too fast and you didn't take advantage of the moment.
Yeah, so I mean, being that young, obviously my mom was with me the entire time because I couldn't do anything on my own. So my mom was traveling everywhere with me. She left my two sisters and they kept going to school. So we basically moved and left the family like to do for themselves type of thing. And then while I was over there, I was doing music, whatever else, and we were trying to find my style. Like as a child is always different as doing music as an adult, because you've already had different experiences. You kind of know who you are. But when you're 15 years old, it's kind of like, shoot, I wasn't even a woman yet. Like I was still trying to yeah, I was still like trying to figure out like which guy I liked, and, that kind of thing. So we were trying to figure out the music, but there was different avenues, different things that you can do. It's all about figuring out like what you want to be as an artist.
You are.
And I was very much influenced by my family, especially because my mom was there. Then your label has a different idea. Then you have a different idea. And then you're kind of like scared as a child to be like, this is what I want to do, because you don't know if it's wrong or if it's right or like how it's going to be perceived. So a year and a half later, I ended up getting dropped from my label. And I think that was around the time where like music started getting downloaded a lot, and like what was it, like Napster and like all of those, the LimeWire. And so labels had to like readjust. And I remember, long story short, I got dropped. I ended up having to go back home, and it was just like, oh, I gotta face all these motherfuckers who like I left and was like, hey, shit, I got signed. And then you gotta come back and humble yourself and be like, shit, like I'm starting from square one again.
Yeah, you gotta get on the grizzly.
And that taught me so much about life, because I was like, in life, you could be up one day, you could be down the next. So it's never like about hanging out with people or treating people a certain way based off of where they are, because life is just like, it just moves, and you can't change that. Like one day you have everything, next day you have nothing.
Right.
So that happened to me. I mean, I still had my family, but I lost everything that I really wanted. And I had to kind of start from scratch. And then after that...
What age? Not to cut you off.
17.
Okay, 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I start, like, basically just, like, trying to figure it out on my own. But my mom was just like, I guess she was kind of over it. She was just like, listen, we tried it, we moved, whatever. But it was starting from scratch again, to get signed again, to figure out, like, it was a lot on my mom, because she had 2 other kids and a husband, and she was basically, it wasn't like it was just me and her. It was a family. So I think it made her like try to figure it out. And at the same time, I was just like, yo, I'm grown. Like I still want to do my own stuff. Like I don't want to pull up to places with my mom. Like I feel like when my mom is there, people aren't honest with me the way that they would be. I feel like anybody who's ever had a momager feels the same way.
You're absolutely right.
So I was like, I started trying to figure stuff out on my own. I started like trying to create a website and trying to book shows through my friends, and just trying to do my own thing.
Right.
And I end up seeing, during the course of like me being signed to Atlantic, I worked with a lot of like amazing people, met a lot of amazing people. I like was in the studio with Tricky Stewart, with The Dream, was working with him at that time. The Clutch, which is where Carrie Hilson was working, which are songwriters that's out there. Polo, Dawn, which I'm signed to now. So I ended up being able to like brush shoulders with all of these people. So when I got dropped and then was looking for opportunity again, I still had a good rapport with all of these people. And one day I saw Polo, and I was like, well, I always wanted to work with Polo. So when I was signed to Atlantic, he was really busy because he was doing Crying Out For Me for Mario, and he had just done the Buttons record for the Pussycat Dolls, and he was just doing Glamorous and like all of the Fergie stuff, London Bridge. And so when my opportunity came to like sit down with him and be like, yo, I really want to work with you. I remember my A&R was there, my mom was there, and I was like, I really want to work with you. And he was just like on another level, like putting out #1 records. Right. So it's just really hard to, he was super hot. And I never got to work with him. So I saw him one day again, and I was like, yo, you remember me? And I was scared too. Imagine like you still young and you're like, yo, you remember me? And he's like, I was like, man, like I used to be signed, blah, blah, blah. I want you to listen to my music. Like, please give me a chance. And he was like, well, I'll give you my information. If you're really serious, like send me some music, we could just figure it out. But we all ended up like, we all had a mutual friend. So we all ended up hanging out around that time. And when that weekend, he played a song that Esther Dean, which is like an amazing songwriter, she had written because they were working together. And I was like, yo, I really love this song. Like, please, like at the time, I'm still like, I want you to listen to my music. But we all still hanging out. He never even heard my music yet. So I was like, yo, I really want to record. Like, yo, you gotta let me record this song. He's like, all right, cool. Well, I'm going back to LA because he was living in LA, and he was like, let me know if you're ready to come out to LA or whatever. If you wanted me to send me the music, whatever it is. I was like, no, I'm down to come to LA. Like, I was like, I can't let my opportunity like slip by me again. So he was like, all right, cool, come to LA. I went to LA. He was like, I could go into the story so much, like everything. But long story short, Polo was like, yo, I fuck with your work ethic. Like, I was there. I recorded like 2 records. He had left the studio. When he came back, he was like, yo, you recorded it on your own. But my point in even saying all of this for the camera to see it is like, I was up and I was down and I was up and I was down, and I went after what I wanted.
Right.
And